I just want to, I know we don't have a lot of time, but I just want to focus on a couple of things, and I know Stephanie will have a few things to
Hang on, I don't know what that is. Oh, it's the next YouTube.
I was getting warmed up.
Yeah.
So I just want to mention just a couple of points, and that is that in the last maybe 16 months, 15 months, we've had 3 major staff changes. And I'm going to say this chronologically. So about a year ago, in I believe it was March 1st or April 1st of 2014, our educational director, Dr. Mitch Kupperman, moved on after being with our school for 5 years. He moved on to the Grinspoon Foundation, to the J Camp 180. And at that time, it was obviously a big change for us. At that time, I asked Stephanie, who was teaching 5th grade half day, and Judy Epstein, who was working with as a special ed teacher with some of our students, I asked them if they'll assume full-time positions on an interim basis and fill the position vacated by Dr. Kupperman. So they have become the interim co-educational directors. And I have to say that they have both been just phenomenal, and it was a very, very smooth transition because they had been on staff, so they were familiar with the students and with the processes that the school followed. So that was a big change, but thank God things worked out very well. The second major big change was that it was felt that in order for the school to have a future and to be viable going to the next generation, it would be important to hire a young Chabad couple to work in the school and to reach out to younger members of our community. And my son Levi and his wife Mushki were hired at that time. My son is working half a day. The other half a day he is doing some programming for the younger generation, and is also starting to work on development as well. And of course and that's working very well. And the niche that they fill is just amazing. Another position change was that we had an increase in our middle school. We were up to 30 students, and it was vital to open another position. So we hired a few different people to fill this extra position because of the growth in our middle school. That was really vital. And the fourth, which was personnel change, which was just very apparent from the video that we just saw, is that Rabbi Edelman, after serving our community and leading the school since 1950, so that's 65 years, he passed away. And in some ways, he's really missed by the staff, students, and the entire LYA community, and especially also the entire greater community. So that's a big change for us, and you know, I guess we look back and see what he taught us, and we are following the lead that he led for 65 years. So hopefully we're doing what we can to fill that big void. So that's one main point I wanted to bring out. And the other thing is that our enrollment, looking at if you have there's a report that we fill out and we for the Jewish Federation, and we submit it every year. So in that report, we submitted that our K through 8 program, not including our preschool, not including our Hebrew school, not including all the other programs we do, just the K through 8 program went from 70 students in 2013-14 to 80 students in 2014-15. Of those students, 47 were in the catchment area of the Pioneer Valley in northern Connecticut. last year, and this year it went up to 56 students. So 56 out of 80 students are from this area, Pioneer Valley, Upper Valley, and the Northern Connecticut area.
I missed that. How many are from Western Mass?
56.
56 out of 80 this year, and 47 out of 70 last year. And I don't know how much time we have, but I know Stephanie's here and she has a few things to share as well. So
I just wanted to share, just watching the video, and I've seen it now quite a few times. I defy anyone to not be smiling through that video. I mean, and it just so truly showed what our school is about. Made me both happy and sad, because sad seeing Rabbi Edelman, but just the joy and the joy he had from the school. I have an interesting perspective now being at the school. First I was hired, I don't know how many years ago, to help with an individual student and kind of as a special ed consultant. Was then asked to go back into a classroom, which I had been for many years prior. And then this past year doing the educational director. It's been such a wonderful experience because I was able to love the school and be part of the school within the walls of my classroom, but now being the director as well. One of my favorite parts of the day is every single day, 180 days of the year, Rabbi and I greet every student in the entire school by name. Every single morning, nobody goes by us without having a good morning and their name. And I've taught at many schools over the last 22 years and never been at one that had that feeling of just a family, a community, a home. And it's just been a truly amazing experience. One area that Jude and I both have some special ed background, so we've been working a lot with using every resource that we have at the school of being able to both meet children who have needs as well as gifted children. It's one area that we're hoping to keep growing with as we continue, because we certainly want to welcome all students in of different levels. So that's kind of something that's my project that I'm really working on, to make sure that every student Jude and I are reaching. But I just, I wanted to come to I haven't had a chance to talk to all of you to just express that it's just such a special place. And again, being at lots of different places, I just have not been one that has this feeling.
Do you have questions?
Do
you want us to leave?
It's not a question of leave. I'm trying very, very hard to keep this on the schedule.